I've got something a bit different this time. We're steering away from the familiar Matchbox, Corgi, Dinky, Hot Wheels, and we're going for an oddball one. It's an old Spanish make, and it's a Guiloy, and it's a Renault 14 GTL. This is how I first got it. This is a picture of it on eBay, and I'm putting this on because I peeled the stickers off, so it gives you an idea of how it came, because the intention is to have something quite different. And here's the car as it would have been originally, the Renault 14 GTL, and they're a nice little old buzz, and there's a rear view of it. And they're a quite smart little car, and they were fairly advanced. They were an unusual concept, none of the wheels lined up. They had lovely interiors, Vela interiors. But yeah, the wheels were an odd spacing. One of the rear wheels was slightly more forward than the other. The rear wheels were wider out than the front wheels. And it was all weird steps how it was done. But they were a bit of an oddball car, I suppose. Anyway, here's where we started. A beaten and battered up Guiloy, Renault 14 GTO. And at this point, I'm drilling and getting the rivet out, and it's quite a bit of a drilling spree on it just to get it out, and there we go. Be picking the rivet out. There we are, we've disassembled it and all the different components there, and there's body. And here I'm punching the post. I actually filed it down, and I'm actually punching it there. And here I'm marking on the roof where I want to take a bit out of the roof, because the idea is here, what I'm doing, I'm making my old car I had one of them in about 1987, I think it was, 87, 88. One of my first cars when I started driving. And here I'm drilling out the post, ready to tap it. And here I'm chain drilling the roof, where I'm going to be taking the roof out. And here I'm jeweler sewing between the holes. Quite a quick job. I preferred I don't just go straight in with the jeweler's sew, I do it all with the drill. Work as a team and it makes it quick work. And here I've got a larger file so it stays square. It was taking a bit long, so I decided to grind it out and attack with file later. There we're grinding. And back with the file again. Just to square things up and make it look tidy. And afterwards I attack with a smaller file for some final tidying up. There's after I'd done it with a smaller file. Looks a lot tidier. And here, now we've done all the engineering bits, it's going into the caustic bath of doom, which didn't work. The paint, it didn't even take a flake of the paint off, I don't think. may have took 2 flakes off, but it didn't work on it. It was some sort of tough old paint that survived caustic. And there we go. Still mostly intact apart from a couple of flakes. So at this point, it's having the Incredible Hulk sperm on it. There we go. There's the money shot. And here, we're just waiting and it's starting to crackle. So dab it on a bit more. Even with this stripper it was still slow, so it was a bit of a nightmare to get off the paint. Here we are, dabbing it around. And there we go, waiting again. And next up, took the wire wheel to it. Get some of the paint off. And I decided after he still needed some more paint stripping. Some castings you get are nightmares to strip the paint off. This was one of them. But they were worth the extra effort for the results I get at the end. And there we go. Going over it with the wire wheel again. And it's starting coming up how I want it now. Getting short of the paint, so I'll go over it with a wire wool. To clean up the body casting. And the details that were there after I took that old paint off, it was quite thick. Here I'm putting a squirt of primer on. And it's looking good. You can see all the detail on it and it makes it a lot nicer car. And here I'm priming the interior. Well, when I say priming, it's the colour I go for the seats at least. Because on mine I had like a light grey velour upholstery. It was a really nice interior. Say what you like about French cars, they do some lovely interiors. And there I'm doing the colour of mine. It was a sort of cherry red. And there I'm painting the wheels by the spray paint on a flat surface, then dip them onto it. And it gives a good result. There we are, dip it on. Then show it, and it's a cracking way of doing them really in here. On this one, we're going to be doing the badge on the boot with it. That method, it works as well. Works very well, really. Has to have a few dips in to get every area of it. But there we go. And here I'm doing the silver for the indicators at the front. There we are, I'm getting the other side. If I can stop shaking long enough. Oh, there we go, it's working. It started it out. And here we go on to painting the headlights. Onto the front. Where else would the headlights be? There we go. There's the other one going on. And the car I had, the bumpers were dark grey. They weren't black. They were typical Renault chic. They were very chic, some of the stuff Renault did. Quite stylish cars, really. They're not good cars, but they're quite stylish. And there we go. And next up, I'm dotting in the fuel cap. Just dotting a quick dot of paint on there, and there we are. That represents the fuel cap. And here I'm going to put on a black wash to fetch out the detail in the seats. Unfortunately it makes the seats dark again, so later on I have to go over it with a Tamiya white to bring out the upper detail, the raised detail, because I don't like it being that bit too dark. And here I've already touched in the badge, the Renault badge, with silver. Here I'm doing the number plate white. And at this point I'm giving it a spray with lacquer. The paint reacted, but fortunately it's settled down enough to be acceptable. It sort of rippled, as can be seen on the bonnet. It did settle down, and I put some more coats on, and it made it roughly acceptable. Still a bit rough, but I'm happy enough with it, it's passable. And here I've cut a bit out of a Carlsberg tin, so it's probably going to be the best sunroof in the world. And breaking bits off it, cutting it down to shape, the required length, etc. And here I'm bending it into the approximate shapes, because it folds back. It used the roof on this, it used to be a fully opening roof. The full roof slid back, so you could have the rear seats in open air and the front seats. It was quite a lovely design idea. I really liked it, nice feature on the car. There we are, just rounding off the corners with the file. And at this point, I'm going to be gluing it on. And there we are, bit of super glue. Drop it in place. And looking good. And here I am putting a bit of super glue on top of it, getting it with a cocktail stick so I can glue the front corners. now spraying on activator for the super glue. And at this point I'm working out I'm going to be cutting the glass down for going in. So I think this is it. I've got the glass out and the saw out. And I did indeed saw the windscreen off. Then I sawed a rectangle in the rear part of the roof, so it gave clearance for the roof. Luckily this windscreen, on this one, the way it was moulded in the factory, the dash is part of the actual body, as can be seen here, while I'm touching up the sunroof. You can actually see the dash there, and what happens, the screen goes in between the dash and the body. It's an actual recess. So what I did, I put the bottom of the screen in that recess and then super glued at the top, so it held the screen in nicely. Then I glued the rear assembly in, and coming up now, here's more or less what it looks like with screens etc in. Anyway, here's where we started. A beaten up and battered Guiloy Renault 14 GTL. Looks awful, to be honest, but I got it as a basis to make one of my old cars, one of my fondly remembered cars. I didn't drive it a great deal, not as much as I should have, but it's fondly remembered for getting me into motoring. Anyway, here's where we finished up. Basically the car I had, and I've given it the sunroof it had, the colours it were in, I've detailed it as it was. It's a nice representation of the car I had back in '87. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed, please subscribe. Even better, press the bell icon so you get notifications. Thank you to all my subscribers, and take care out there. Bye for now, and dodge that Rona, not long till we're all vaccinated. Bye.